MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace as you begin a very, very wet Monday morning. Now, you wanted to pass along. Did you get any pictures of all that you went through?
No, I wish I'd have thought about it, but I was in such a tizzy. Look, I went through it. I can't stress enough how careful you need to be this morning, because I was coming down Bird Dorner Road, the first one that turns off of the road coming from West Lauderdale School. It is about 5 or 6 spots on that road that are completely covered in water. You can see the road in some of them, so you think, oh, I can drive through it. And I was in a big, sport utility vehicle. So I'm high up, and I wouldn't even attempt it again. So we got through one big area, and it looked like a creek maybe had overflowed and was coming across the road at a high rate of speed. So there's nowhere to turn around. So I just had to kind of drive through it. There's a tree that's fallen.
That's where the power went out earlier.
Yeah, and it's laying on a line. I don't know. And I don't know that the line, it was really stupid of me to go through that, because I don't know if the line was down in water, but lights went off in the ditch. It really scared me. It scared me. So.
Now, I just had someone ask about, is there any flooding over Highway 19? I have not gotten a report of that, but if you have, if anyone knows, please pass it along. Earlier, we had just 68 people that were out without power. That has gone up. And as we go here to show everybody this morning, we're up to 971 on EMEPA without power. And as we zoom in on this, let's take a look where we are. First, let's look at the counties. Lauderdale having 774 and Newton 197 without power this morning. As we zoom in on this, we'll go over here to near Bailey, and this is going to be right over by Northeast there on Highway 39. And on that one leg, there's 684 people. So Confederate Drive and all those areas there along Highway 39 out by the soccer complex and Northeast Elementary without power right now. As you come over to Collinsville, let's zoom in on this. This is going to be over by Bird Dorner Road where you just left right there. Let's see. Nope, that's moved a little bit. Looks like this is over by Oak Tibby Dam. And there is 45 people there. They've apparently corrected the problem out by West Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Got that power back up. And then a little bit here in Newton County as we come over here south of Duffy's Grocery. This area right along here, we've got, if I can make it stay still, 28 people there, and we've got roughly 207 right there. So they're working to get this stuff repaired. The EMEPA is on it. The crews are out in this rain trying to get it back up for you.
The trees are still, weak from the last storm as far as in the root system, in the ground being so wet day after day after day. And then we had wind in the middle of the night, I think it was 40 mile an hour, 30
Yeah, around 4:30 a.m. is where all this started. So it has been a wet one. And I posted just my yard just a little bit ago. Let me go back here and find this where I've got this. Let me pull this up and show you some pictures of just how bad it is here, because it has come a flood. It's probably worse out there now than it was then. As we go down here, let me pull this up. Power. Here we go. Here's pictures of, this was the sidewalk out of my front door. As you can see, the rain's over the sidewalk there. As you look out toward my shop out there, water crossing the road there.
It looks like a pond.
Yeah, and the side yard.
The same way,
This is just bad stuff.
Yeah, and our pond is up to the driveway. We have our driveway goes over the pond.
Yeah.
And it's up to the driveway, and it drains down a ditch, but it's so much rain that's happened in such a, just
short
continuous
period.
Rain, and it coming down so hard in a short period of time that it just can't keep up draining,
Now, earlier, and that has expired, we had a flash flood warning for Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, and Neshoba counties. That has expired. That is over with now. That doesn't change the fact that there's still a lot of rain. We've got just on the edge of Alabama, we look at this for Choctaw County, Alabama this morning. There is an aerial flood watch until 10:45 if we look at this. And this is, again, right across the Bama state line. If you'll look at this, right due south, east of here. So be careful in those areas.
I just got a message from one of the deputies. I had called him this morning to let him know about Bird Dorner Road. He says that there's a crew on Bird Dorner Road right now, and EMEPA is on the scene clearing it. So,
That's good.
But still, do not try to go down Bird Dorner Road driving, because it's. I mean, as of right now, it's awful. So later on, it's just going to be so much worse.
As we look at what the National Weather Service tells us this morning, flash flooding is possible throughout the afternoon. So this is not really over. And we'll go back to radar here in just a second and look at this. Wet stuff there as we look at what's up for today, possibly up to 3 to 5 inches. Now, we were supposed to get about an inch, but this heavy rainfall that has come is way past that. And as we look, this is just, you hate to even show this, but our 7-day forecast, look at this. Rain every day. Now, there is a chance that by the weekend that these chances could come down, but 90, 90, 80, 60, 60. It's going to be wet. No other way to put it. So let's quickly look at radar, because I know if you're sitting at home going, it's flooding here. As we go back to Lauderdale County and pull this up, we zoom in on this. Coming in from Kemper County has pretty much what you would call heavy rain right now, all throughout these areas from DeKalb down to 39. As you make your way into Lauderdale County, northern Lauderdale County, let's look at some locations so we can put it to where you are in relationship. As you come down the Chicken Shack, the Cowboy Church, south, this is Blackwater Baptist Church. Heavy rain there at 39. Samdale Monument, look at this. Out by West Lauderdale Elementary, still rain. Heavy there at Chet's Paint and Body across there. And as you're going up 19, as you come out of Collinsville, right up there by Battlefield, you'll get into another rainstorm before you get to House. Now, as you come down and look at the south end of the county, this is where that aerial flash flood watch is. Cuba, Alabama getting wet. As we move into to northern Clark County, right here at Clarko State Park, look at that. The little airstrip that's there in Clark County. Now, this is just due north of the city limits of Quitman. As we come across Stonewall, y'all are getting it. And just west of the Dollar General there at Enterprise, and we come across here and go into Newton County. Look at this, the west side of Newton County. Look at all that rain. Turkey Creek Water Park, Lazy Boy, where the plant is there, Rose Mobile Homes, all of y'all got this. And this is that stretch of I-20. Y'all know how it'll hold water there.
Right.
So be careful. That's a quick look at our weather this morning as you begin your day. And wet.
And if you think there's low-lying areas, like the roads in a low area, and you've got to go to work this morning, take a different route. I mean, just go ahead and take a different route, because, like, I just pretty much got, stuck on that road. There's nowhere to turn around on the road, especially in a bigger vehicle. So just take precaution, every precaution you can think of,
Al Davis said overnight he's clocked 5 inches of rain there in the Martin area. And that's a bunch there.
Oh, yeah. Al, don't go down Bird Dorner. Tell your mom. She lives out by us. I'm telling you.
Feel a wet one there. Now, something that is going to continue today as we pull this up, Love Out Loud out at Northcrest Baptist. And there's several churches involved with this. And the rain is not stopping them. They're still meeting there right now. It'll kick off and they'll head out to do all these wonderful things for the community. This will be going on all week long. And typically, they wear the red shirts. I'm not sure if that's on here or not. I think that's the shirts this year. So if you see a bunch of folks wearing red shirts, it's not the British invade Meridian again. It is Love Out Loud.
Okay.
Just right over her head.
No, no, I'm trying to read comments. I know. I said, I heard you. If you see the red shirt, nobody's invading Meridian.
All right. What you got over there?
It's a good cause. I'm just trying to keep up with comments. Just making sure people didn't give us a heads up about somewhere.
And we'll go in and check all comments here in just a moment to make sure that everybody's safe and where they're going. Short weekend, was it not?
It was it felt long to me because we just, stayed at home and didn't do a whole lot. I mean, we did a lot, but we didn't go do a whole lot.
The truth is told.
We did a lot around the house. I'm telling you, outside we did. We fixed a dog pen, worked in the yard, just trying to get everything situated before we leave to go out of town. So
I honestly don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but Miss Mississippi's daddy come over this weekend. I was going to help him put a front drive shaft in his 4-wheel drive. So when it started out, everything was good there. Took the tire off, and I realized I had to put the tire back on to get the off of the seal there in the middle. Put it back on, no problem. At the end, when it was like Dumb and Dumber.
Really?
Two of us trying to hold on to a tire. We couldn't get it lined up on the holes. You know what I'm talking about? Lining.
Yeah, on the thing.
I bet that tire weighed 250 pounds, but it took us 10 minutes, literally, to get it lined up on the hole. I think it's age.
Can y'all see?
I can't. I was pointing out to Candace just a moment ago.
I was like, when you couldn't read
the time. The time is very to my right, where we're sitting here looking at the cameras. Over to my right is the time of day, and it's real blurry. And if y'all catch me staring, I'm trying to make it look better.
See, that's how I am trying to read up close. Like, I would be that way though. Years and years ago, I had LASIK surgery, and I couldn't see the leaves on the trees before I did that. I'm serious; it was like bad, and so after the LASIK, my doctor said, okay, when you hit about 40, you're going to need reading glasses. Well, it waited till I was around 45, and then it was on then. I mean, I have to have reading glasses.
Oh, I got them too. But see, I try to make sure that everybody in church can read my text. If you'll see, that's how I see my phone.
Do we need to get you one of those big remote controls for the TV? Have you seen those?
Yes,
they're like this, this long. I'm not kidding.
But you can see what's going on with it.
Stevie Wonder could say that. Yeah.
But it's just happened here in the last month that things have started to get a little blurry, and I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It's inconvenient, especially when we were in the mask. And thank goodness we're out of them now, but who knows what the future holds with all that mess.
L.A. went back under it today. They're a mask mandate. Now, the sheriff of Los Angeles County, California, says he's not going to enforce it because there is no scientific evidence to back up what they're saying. So he's not going to enforce it, but the governor and that bunch are doing that once again.
Well, yesterday I read the thing about the CDC recommendations for kids going back to school. And they're recommending them being masked. Now, I don't know about all that. And
then they're also saying that they're going to, did I understand that right? Where they would have it to where shots could be given at school for kids 12 and under?
12 and older.
Older, okay. I had a little backwards there.
12 and, I don't know about at school though. It said that they recommended children 12 and over to get the vaccine, and that teachers and faculty and children who have been vaccinated, do not have to wear their mask, which means you're pretty much like showing who hadn't been vaccinated and who hadn't,
And that's almost like a HIPAA law type thing.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in an uproar over that. So I don't know what we're going to be doing. I guess it's up to our superintendent of education.
It is. Here's the article that we're talking about there. If you haven't seen this is from the CDC, from the Mississippi Department of Health there. As you get down in here, school-based training, school should at least 3 feet physical distance. I was trying to catch that line about the 12-year-old, and I don't. There it is right there. All eligible students and teachers and staff should receive their COVID vaccination. Yeah, it does not say that they would do it there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if all parents agree with that.
I know that they don't. There's a lot of people who don't agree with the children having to be, vaccinated. I know they say the new variant, that children are more susceptible to get the new variant. I don't know. I spoke with somebody the other day who is in the healthcare profession and works at the hospital, one of the hospitals, and they were telling me that they haven't seen a COVID patient in over almost 2 months. I mean, and then
I bumped into somebody the other day said that they've seen it slowly rising back up.
Yeah, no, I have heard of several cases here and there, and I don't know. I just hope we don't end up back in.
Ooh, don't we all?
But yeah, Denise Cheney says it's causing children to have heart problems, and that is a documented thing. I mean, it's causing some issues and like inflammation in the heart of young adults and teens and some kids, I guess. I don't know. I just think it makes me nervous.
Carolyn Smith told me to go to the doctor about my eyes the other day. Me and her was talking. She goes, Scotty Ray, you need to go to the doctor. And I agree with you. I do need to, Carolyn. Happy, who we got a birthday up here?
Let's see.
Right there.
Happy 15th birthday to JC Sable Dunnigan, Love Mama. And that's from Angela Dunnigan. I can't talk this morning, Angela. I'm tongue-tied.
Hope you have a great birthday there.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Ball Diamond Road in that area probably has flooding. Denise Cheney mentioned there. Watching from Lake Edens, Doug Thomas, thank you there. Bunch of folks there. We'll glance back over this in a minute and see if we missed anything there.
The power's out, was out for a little bit between, let's see, on Center Hill Road, excuse me.
Yeah, right up here. Yeah, by the split. So hopefully there's about 900 people in the dark this morning trying to figure out how they're going to get things. And it's nothing worse than getting dressed in the dark, trying to go off to work. Just tough.
And I feel for these the power company workers who are out in this mess trying to fix things.
Yeah, they have no choice in the matter.
Right.
Got to get you going. Well, out at the Piggly Wiggly, they've got you going with, tomatoes. Large tomatoes, $1.79 a pound. If you're wanting a tomato sandwich or a fried tomato sandwich, yep, that's where to go to. Along with bell peppers and yellow orange, 2 for $3. You can get the Vidalia onions this week, the $2.99 for a 3-pound bag. I almost said that backwards there for some reason. Tuna fish, don't settle for less. Get the best there is. That's Starkist. They taste good. 79 cents a can there for that 5 ounce. If you want a quick meal for the kids, this is great. $1 will get you going with a macaroni and cheese. They love that. Sloppy Joe sauce goes just about good with anything. 79 cents along with Blue Plate. And of course, you can get the Mayfield ice cream, 4 for $5 at Pint ice cream, Nilla wafers, if you're going to be doing the right thing with them and making banana pudding.
Yeah.
Don't be buying them just to eat.
I don't know. They're pretty good with peanut butter on.
I've never had that. Peanut butter?
Oh, my gosh, yes. That was a little snack from my childhood that we... Peanut butter on a vanilla wafer is the best snack right before you go to bed.
That is new to me. $9.99 a pound for the T-bone steaks. You can get that in the family pack. The rump roast, $4.59 a pound, along with, that great brine bacon. Wouldn't you love some of that this morning? Drinking water at a great price and Coca-Cola products. You'll find it all with Joe at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Drop in and see him. He'll take care of you. Nice, clean, friendly place to shop.
My family is the most important thing in my life. I don't have a high-paying job, and I'm proud that I always put raising my kids above everything else. But when I got into a serious car accident, I needed money. The surgeries cost more than I make in a year, so I called Richard Schwartz. He got me the money I deserved. I'm Darrell from Jackson, Mississippi, saying thank you, Richard.
Remember, I'm your Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz. I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And as a reminder, Candace will be missing a few days coming up to go to the big graduation boot camp ceremony.
Right. My son graduates Thursday, and so I won't be here from Wednesday on the rest of this week,
So have you called the commander of the base and told him just kind of put it on hold in case you run a little late and just wait till you get there?
I'm not going to be running late. I will not be running late. You don't mess around with the military stuff.
They ain't waiting on you, are they?
Yeah. If you got to throw your hair up in a bun and go, you better be going.
Good luck with it and proud of him. Glad that's happening.
I'm so proud of him.
Send us some pictures. We'll be glad to share.
Yeah, he called me this weekend, and I guess it was Saturday he called, and he said it's like, now it's kind of boring because they're just in waiting period. They've done everything. I will tell you this. I'm so proud of him because he got on his physical training. He got Thunderbolt, which is it's the step down from the highest, which is, he was like 4 points being on the highest on his physical training. He also made marksman in the Beast Week where they shoot the guns and stuff.
Right.
Only 2 people in his flight got that, and he was one of them.
Well, that's great.
So he got 23 out of 24 shots target.
So Mama doing good over there.
Yes, he did
Glad
good.
for you. We got some good mornings, and people that are watching today, we want to say thank you there.
That's right. Let's see. I want to say good morning to Ray Strebick. Says happy birthday to his granddaughter Callie out in Texas. And Sarah Nace is watching this morning. Good morning.
Also, Wanda Smith there. I hope you have a super great day, she says, along with Terry Carter watching up in Preston, Mississippi there.
Ray Vaughn says, good morning, and it's sunny in Hurley, Mississippi. We wish we had a little bit of that sunshine down here. And hope we get some in the next few days to dry up a little bit of the rain.
Yeah, before it's over.
That's right. Miss Carolyn Smith agrees with me that the peanut butter is good on the vanilla wafers.
Caroline.
It is good. It is.
Now, of course, those who don't know Caroline, she does so much with the state games of Mississippi. If you've if anything goes on with the state games, Caroline is it. And for years upon years, I worked with Carolyn back in the Jimmy Rogers Festival years ago. Sweetie pie.
Yes. Let's see. Wanda Smith says it's raining in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Woo.
Denise Cheney, those phone calls are the best. She said, talking about from your kids when they're at basic. They are the best because you wait on them all week long.
Yeah, and I guess she's an Army mom also there.
Linda Jane Lunsford, good morning to you.
Yeah, hope Pat Banks is joining us along with Joyce Wagner. Thank you for being here. And Dana Stovall, thank you also for being a part of this morning show with us as we begin. And we do hope we bring a smile to you at some point today. Make your day a little bit brighter there. Let's see here. Let's go over a few things that's gone on this date. This guy really changed America, and without a doubt, the American West as it was done. Samuel Colt was born on this date. Of course, Colt guns. And if you watched any of the Supernatural, he was a big part of that. Did you watch that show?
I didn't.
That was pretty Sam and Dean. There's a lot of folks that like that. Of course, Colt played a huge part in that. Doc Holliday on this date, and we all know him from the OK Corral and hanging out with Wyatt Earp. He killed his first man on this date. But I almost have to say he had the right to do it.
Is this an actual picture of him?
No. That's from the Val Kilmer.
I was fixing to say Val Kilmer looks so much like him. They picked the right person to play that role.
I couldn't find a good picture of him, so I thought Val Kilmer would work there.
I was going to go, gosh, he might be kin to him.
But Doc Holliday owned a saloon, and a guy tries to pick up a saloon chick, or did you call him a saloon girl? Is that the proper language?
I guess, but nowadays, they might have a different.
And she turns him down. She don't want to have nothing to do with him. So he gets mad and goes into the street and starts opening up his revolver on Doc Holliday's saloon. So Doc walks out, pulls out his gun, shoots him dead. He said, self-defense.
And I guess nobody questioned it.
They didn't question that man.
Yeah, they did.
But this was his first one there. 1975, it left, and we'll be telling you about this coming up at Blackwater Baptist Church. They're going to have this guy's brother coming to sing. And Lefty Frizzell passed away on this date back in 1975. One of the greats, Long Black Veil. Who remembers that? Yep, great song.
Yes.
Many of Keith Whitley recorded it, many others, but he passed away on this date back in that day. It was 1967. People were lining up to go to the movie theater to see this guy, and probably one of his better movies there. Elvis Presley. It was opening up today. Started filming it today. Speedway. Did you ever watch that one?
No, I mean I never knew there was one called Speedway.
It was pretty clever. Of course, he had a recording in there to where he'd bring girls back to the house and had a little tape he'd hit to where a tiger, I think, escaped from the zoo and spook them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Elvis. Good stuff there. Who was in that? Nancy Sinatra was in that movie with him.
Okay. Is that who that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a picture of Nancy there. She's still around. Doesn't quite look like that anymore. She's gotten up there now.
Yeah.
But
I
her
think
boots
I saw a
were
picture of her not long ago. Yeah. She has gotten
older.
Yeah,
is
older.
the way to say it. 1980, you turned on the radio and this song was it. She released this on this date. You remember this one from Dolly? Old flames can't hold a candle to you. Woo, doggy. Burn down a
Dolly
barn.
is always so pretty, though. I mean, even to this day, she's a pretty lady.
She is, and she's had some great. When was it? I was sitting up here last night working on some stuff, and Coat of Many Colors. I played that. What a touching song.
It's a true story too. Though.
Yeah. Dolly just has had an impression on this world. And, even you go when the fires destroyed Gatlinburg, and she gave each family $1,000 a month for a year.
Yeah.
I mean, who else does things like that? Great charity.
Did you happen to see the movie Coat of Many Colors that she
Did it ever
did?
come out?
Yeah, it did. And there's actually, I think, a second part. Usually around Christmas, I think they bring it back out and play it.
I watched
it's a very good movie.
The first movie that she put out that had that Schroeder boy in it.
Ricky.
Yeah. And
he was the dad.
That was Coat of Many Colors?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I watched it then. I didn't realize that was the name of it.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Oh, you're right. I was waiting on Jolene that they said they were going to film.
Now, wasn't what's her name? Sugarland. The lady from Sugarland was the mother, right?
Yes, sure was. I'll think of her name in a minute.
It was good though, very good.
Yeah,
And the little girl that was in that movie played the best role. She's a good little actress.
It was a very touching movie. And Dolly just known for that. I think they cut a deal with her to do so many movies over the next. So
you found out a lot about her. Like, she had to like each child, it was their turn to raise the next
Yeah.
or help take care of the next child, and it was her turn, and her mother had a baby, but the baby passed away, and
Right.
she was just crushed. That's, I mean, and it kind of makes you wonder why, like, she never had kids. Maybe if that had anything to do with it.
Right. Well, yeah, I've listened to an interview about what Dolly said about that, and she said that she chose not to have children because she knew she had to work away from home, and she didn't want to raise a child that way. So she gives her time to help others with what she does. But I don't know that if Dolly really knows what she missed out on having her own.
Yeah, she would have probably been a really good mother.
I would think so. Somebody said that brought back days of the Mellow Yellow Music Machine days. Spent a many an hour in that thing. 1992, you woke up and, well, this was the number one song. I Saw the Light in Your Eyes, back when Winona was it on a stick in country. That was right after she had split from the Judds and she went out on her own. So that happened on this day. 1994, I think this was one of those songs that was a visual. Toby Keith. Now you can hardly find him on the radio, but back in the day, he was also a man. 1994, who's that man? Running My Life. And, you know, that song really takes you through a divorced guy.
Right.
Who gets in his truck, passes his old house, and who's that guy running my
Sees
life?
somebody else sitting there, their truck sitting there.
Yeah, that really has to hit home for a lot of people.
Yeah.
2011, the first Captain America hit theaters on this date. That was a really good show, that first one. I enjoyed it. Now, as it went on, when they started putting the Avengers and all that other stuff in there, it wasn't as good to me, but that was. We had a comment that somebody brought up, and no matter where you are, about parking in handicap spots. So that somebody parked in one and had some veterans hard to get into a place there.
Yes.
So watch where you park.
Yeah.
That's
To me, that's so disrespectful, people parking in a handicap, you know.
because it's obvious what they are.
Right. And, I mean, they put them close access to the buildings for a reason. I mean, these people need them, you know.
Right. There has just been, over the weekend, it's just been these large cities, and we bring this up a lot. Here's where, did we do this Friday, or did I do this by myself over the weekend?
I didn't do it Friday.
Okay. This, let me show y'all this. This is from Twitter, a guy named Andy Ningo. And this is somebody, and let me explain myself as I say this, as somebody watches somebody getting mugged out of a car.
Right.
They did not get out and help. There's another example that we've got coming up where somebody did try to help someone that was getting mugged and they got beat up.
Yeah.
People are scared to help. But this is a woman, this is the San Francisco area, that goes shopping with a friend. She's not from San Francisco. They go into a parking garage and they're getting out, and someone attacks them, steals their purses, and steals her car. And this is what it looks like. Let me pull this up. This is from Daily Mail, and this comes again from Twitter, is where this was posted from. As you look at this, now before I hit the play button, this is the lady here. She's on the ground. They're attacking her, trying to take her purse. This is her car to the left that they are stealing. And let me hit play here. You hear her screaming in the background.
Oh, Lord. Are they trying to take her?
They're trying to get her purse. She gets up, and they run off with her car there. And then this was just somebody that was watching from inside their car as that went down.
Yeah.
They didn't get out and help it. And you understand to a degree that you're afraid to get involved because something could happen to you.
Right.
But that is what America is turning out to be. And these, if you park in a parking complex, be careful.
I've always, you know, when I go to the hospital for anything, or there's, you know, take my son to the doctor, we usually park in the parking garage. But
Right.
I'm always so leery about it. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a secluded, you know, area. I mean, just be a perfect
I've never
place.
used the one that's across from, you know, in our town, downtown Meridian, the city owned one. I've never parked in it. I don't know what it looks like.
No, I have, you know, because my husband works nearby over there. But I think a lot of people, you know, put their vehicles in there and leave them. I don't know. There's some people that do that, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? But, and then also, I think I parked in there several times when I worked at La Beach Jewelers downtown, because it's kind of right down from there. But just always be careful. Yeah.
Your surroundings. Look behind you. If something don't look right, don't get out your car.
If somebody's just sitting in a car in the parking garage, they're just sitting in there. Don't park near them.
Lay on your horn if you're still in your car.
Right.
Draw some attention. If you can hit the panic button on your car, do that.
Yeah.
But she didn't have a chance. It was 4 of them against 1. If you look closely at that video.
Yeah.
And on into the show this morning, we'll show you some more people. New York, oh my gosh. I would hate to be a resident in New York right now because you virtually have no protection.
Well, and you have to get out and go to the grocery store. You have to get out and do things.
Right.
And a lot of times these people are walking. I mean, if it's in distance of their home, they walk. A lot of people walk to work. So I feel for people who kind of have no other choice, no other option,
Yeah, because you don't. Don't forget, coming up, and that is not the right person there that I was going to click on. Whoops. Tomorrow night, the City Council of Meridian, Mississippi is reconvening. There's going to be a lot of people that show up for the meeting, and due to this fellow here, Chris Reed. Let me see if I can find it. Chris don't post all. There he is. Here's a picture of Chris, our former chief of police from Meridian. That is a big topic in Meridian.
Yes, it is.
What is the petition up to?
A little bit ago, we checked it, and let's see. Give me just a second. It was over 3,000.
A little over 3?
It was actually...
Never works right when you want it to.
Yeah, I'm
does it?
sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's live, but everybody understands that as we try to get the most accurate there.
It was more than that a little while ago, but anyway, it's a little over 3,000 people have signed it already, and that's just since what, Friday?
Yeah,
Thursday, Friday.
Chris will be joining us again this week. I'll get back with him. He's already had to clean out sheds and mow grass and things like that around the house since he's unemployed. Yeah, we feel for you, brother. We're thinking of you.
His wife has a big honey-do list, you think?
I would imagine so. Yeah. Things he hadn't gotten to, cleaning out horse stables and all kinds of things like that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Going down Highway 19 and
goodness.
And the hood flew up. Oh, yeah. She brought up the Mellow Yellow music machine. Umpteen dozen years ago, Steve O'Connor and we were going to Philadelphia. I think we were going to the Neshoba County Fair, maybe. We were going to Philadelphia, I know that much. And we got right into Neshoba County, and the hood flew up on the Mellow Yellow music machine and busted the windshield. And so we had to hang our head out the window because the windshield was gone to see where we were going. Back in the day.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, y'all just pushed on.
That is
on anyway.
That is a great memory there. I had not thought about that probably since that had happened.
I would have probably had a heart attack. My hood just flew up.
Yeah, it's not like the old movies there. It was one of those things where you had to add oil to it constantly, and I guess either he or me or one of us didn't shut the hood good.
Yeah.
And then slap. Back in the day. Woo, have mercy. Let's see some other. This is a serious matter. Picayune, Mississippi. You know where that is, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Due south of the Meridian area, past Hattiesburg. This is the headline here, and I'll show the headline. This is makes national headline news. A Mississippi cop has been arrested for sex crimes against children after a tipster identified him as a man in a video of abusing a child. And the more I read on this is Joshua Stockstill, 29. He was arrested at the police department last week. As you get down in here, this was the FBI that put this out. And they showed his picture and somebody identified him. And so he was arrested at work. And from what I read into it, I'd have to go deeper and deeper, but it dealt with some videos and things of that nature.
Yeah. People are sick.
That's a bad one there.
And they need to be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. That is horrible.
Yeah, and that's really close to home there. Not far from us at all as we look at the headlines there. So he should get his due before long.
Yeah.
He'll stand trial on that. Over the weekend, have you ever been to Six Flags in your life?
In Georgia, I have.
I've been to Georgia, over to the Atlanta one.
Yeah, several times I have. And I used to be a big roller coaster rider. Loved it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get on one now for...
Love nor money, as the saying goes.
No, I'm not doing it.
Well, back in the day, back in the early 2000s when the kids were in that time frame, parking was like $20 if I remember a day.
Yeah.
You better not be getting thirsty, because that was going to cost you about $15 for a drink.
Look,
No telling what they are now.
Oh, I know. When we went, gosh, my kids were pretty small. Colton was in a stroller, and he's 18 now, so that should tell you how long it's been. But you know, it was just a lot of money to even get a hamburger and a drink back then.
Right.
I can't even imagine what it would be now. I think we took a water bottle and like continuously filled it up at the water fountains. Yeah. But anyway, but yeah, I used to love the roller coasters and all the scary rides and the haunted houses and all that kind of stuff around areas, you know, all that scary kind of stuff when I was younger. And now I ain't paying somebody to scare me to death. I just am not.
The fun part about them is all the live shows that they do. They do have great productions that you can go see a live show, the cans and it's fun. Over the weekend in Texas, out in Houston, it was a little bit different story that went on. It was evacuated. 26 people were sent to the hospital from Six Flags over a chemical leak. It was sulfuric acid and bleach, and it got some people sick, so they had to scram. I don't think anybody was seriously hurt, but it did shut down the day, and of course, I assumed that they would let you back in if your visit was cut short.
Now, the splashdown part, from what I remember, I think you get on these big raft things. If I'm
Didn't
not,
get on
like
that
you
one.
can sit on it and it kind of takes you down through like a lazy river type thing, and there's waterfalls.
Is that kind of like the circle thing that you sit on and it's around?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it could also be that big thing that you ride up the hill
log.
and it looks like a log and you come flying down. It could be something like that. So I just can't.
Then they'll sell you a picture for $39.99 when you hit bottom.
Yeah, you terrified going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever? You've been to Gatlinburg. Of course, that's like the Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana destination for vacation. David Ladding is up there. I saw, but you have to. Have you ever been to the Comedy Barn?
No, I haven't.
It is absolutely funny. Good, clean fun if you ever make it up to the Comedy Barn. But also, if they use you on stage, you can buy it before you leave the DVD.
Oh, really?
I want to say Dylan and a few others were in it. So fun stuff to go up and enjoy there if you're in the Gatlinburg area, and just enjoy yourself. They've added that new sky lift up there that I want no part of at all. So a few things to remember there.
Y'all, I still have a cough. I don't know if this stuff's ever going away.
Oh, it'll get better there. If you need a cough, go ahead and get it. It's live. We get you some water and go at it. But we go to California. Is our next place that I wanted to go to of something that happened. Just sad news of, you hear of people going into a place and shoplifting, and most businesses now, and which I don't think is right, will fire a manager or an employee if they chase somebody out of the store. Well, a Rite Aid worker in the Los Angeles area done that, chased him, and he was shot and killed in the parking lot by the shoplifter.
The worker.
Yeah.
Yes. My goodness.
So condolences to their family. That was just awful. Something like that. That was on late Thursday, and the news didn't really break until about Saturday about this story.
Did you hear about a shooting in Newton yesterday?
I have not.
I did hear that briefly. I'm not sure about what that was about. If anybody knows, let us know. But yeah, I had seen where there was a shooting.
Okay.
Somewhere in Newton yesterday.
Yeah, if you've got some more information on that, pass that along to us so we can share that information as well.
Yeah. You hear about this so many times, though. People, as a worker, you want to defend your business, that you're
Absolutely.
working at, and you think you're doing the right thing by running after somebody, but people are crazy. It's like I said the other day, crazy is the new normal.
As they call it, cray-cray.
Goodness.
There's a lot of cray-crays out there.
It is.
Now, we've all seen the headlines, this coming out of Texas, about the Democrats that loaded up the jet, the $1 million jet,
Yes.
flew off to avoid from voting. Well, it come out that there were 3 of them that had caught COVID. That number now has increased to 5. So there's 5 of them, of the Democrats, that refused to vote in Texas, that have flown. And on top of this, they have been in close contact with the vice president. So will the vice president have to be quarantined? I don't know.
Right.
I'm sure she's been vaccinated, but I want to say that all of the Democrats that were on that plane were vaccinated and still caught it.
Yeah, they say that I've heard that there's a lot of breakthrough cases, which means, if you've been vaccinated, you can still get it, which, it's never been 100% anyway. If you're vaccinated, you can still get it. They say it was a lower chance of you getting it, but you could still get it. And who knows, the new variant thing that they think everybody's vaccinated against could be,
All right. We had a comment from LaWanda about the shooting in Newton, and apparently they took someone to Jackson, and they probably have passed away. She said one dead in Jackson from the Newton shooting.
Good.
And that's all the details we had. That condolences to that. I don't know what the circumstances were, what caused that, but not good there. I mentioned earlier about the guy to why people are scared to step in and help somebody because they're afraid what will happen to them. Daily Mail has released this. This is going to be, it was an elderly Asian man being robbed in Oakland, California. And a guy comes up on it, and he tries to do something about it. And let's pull this up here where you can see this. This is the Asian gentleman, and then this was the guy that tried to help, and he's beat down for trying to help this gentleman here. Senseless.
It is.
It goes back to if it ain't yours, you ain't supposed to have it. Don't be touching people.
Right.
As good Samaritans, and the best I can tell you is always have an equalizer with you.
Yeah.
When there's more of them than you, whether that's you grab the closest thing that you can protect yourself with.
I think I would rather be slapped across the face than lied to or stolen from. Seriously. I mean, I would. I can't stand a thief.
I don't want to be hit either.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd rather somebody do that than steal from me. That's how bad I hate, a thief.
But it's just gotten to where that's the new norm. Instead of working, take somebody else's stuff.
I think here's another little Southern saying, it burns me up.
Yeah.
It really does for me to work hard for something I got. I think it happened in beauty school more than one time. And of course, I confronted somebody who had stolen something from me. I was just like, the bad thing is if you really needed something, I'd have probably given it to you.
Right.
But don't steal from me.
Oh, I agree.
I just don't understand people
that will do that.
And just go on like nothing's ever happened. Just no conscience about it at all. There's people like that everywhere now,
And they literally don't have a conscience.
No, they don't.
At all. As we take a moment to talk about our friends, I thought I'd show their Facebook page. I hadn't showed this in a while. But Snowden and Company Real Estate, if you're looking for a home, drop in and visit them here online. You can do it on Facebook and take a look at all they have to offer. This is one of the cabins that they have for sale in the Enterprise area. If you're looking for a home, want to be in that school district, that is a great place to start. As you scroll down and look at this, they're up for several things in the Reader's Choice Awards there. So it's nominated for a real estate firm and 3 of their agents in there. So,
right.
Fantastic there. Here's a couple that bought a home from them. And you too can take advantage of what Snowden has. They're really good people right here from the area, and they'll bend over backwards to help you there. That's the sign. If you see that in front of a home, that's who's represented them. If you're getting ready to sell, talk to them before you do any of this because they've done this. They've been down that road. They'll save you money, get you ahead of the game, and get you the most for your property that you can. As we've talked about that, the biggest investment most likely that for the average Joe like us, that you'll ever make is your home. And
that's right. And if you've just moved to our area and you're looking for a real estate company to work with you, this is the company you need to contact. Also, school is fixing to be starting back. If you're looking for a certain school district that you'd like your child to go to, or that you would like to live in, they have a home for you. There's so many homes out there, and you can go to their website like Scotty Ray was talking about, and you can look at their homes. You can pick one out and then call them. Give them a call to go look at it.
Now, this is Amanda. She's the owner there. They've been in business this year for 3 years now. They've got a lot of great agents to help you. She's a designated seller representative, certified real estate negotiating expert, will work very hard for you. See her today. You can find them there up in the North Hills area or call them at 453-3937. Again, that's Snowden Real Estate.
I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. Why do bikers hire us after their accident?
I needed help with medical bills. His team has done a great job taking care of me. Don't hesitate to call Richard Schwartz. That one call, it will make a difference.
The next thing that I wanted to point out is, especially if you've got someone that's elderly that is kin to you, if they have to travel by themselves, keep a close eye on this because you can slip and fall. This happens in North Carolina, and this happened in the Meridian area, 15, 20 years ago. You take someone who falls and somebody's in a parking lot and they can't see them. A lady, the headline reads, North Carolina woman is killed after tripping over a speed bump in the hospital parking lot. She falls down, somebody backs out and doesn't see her, runs over her and drags her 100 feet to her death.
Goodness.
Horrible. If you're walking behind a car, not all cars have these backup cameras and can see.
Right. And like we were talking about the parking garages earlier, that's one of the worst places for something like this to happen because you can't see good.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're not well lit. Like ours, it's kind of, low light in there. And also people are walking behind your car all the time. If you're not looking, constantly looking all around you, you could back over somebody. So
And the older you get in driving, the harder it is to turn around to see out your window.
It is. Mm-hmm.
So, and that also brings up if you need a camera added to your car. See Joe down at SMI, he can add one there to make life. If your car doesn't come with one, they can add it. But just, that has to be horrible for this family here. But it can happen in the blink of an eye. And there's probably, this one just made the news, and not all of these are reported that we hear about nationally. So, not the first time this has happened there across the nation.
Feel for
there.
her family.
Here's another example of a family that was robbed in a subway in New York as crime escalates there with the defund the police as budgets have shrunk and shrunk. And there's just not enough officers to handle it anymore. New York going downhill quickly as they go to put in a new mayor before long. I mentioned this morning. If Jeb Bush is saying something in the news, he's up to something. Now, I want to say somebody kin to him, a son or something, is running for an office.
I'm not sure. I'd have to.
He's urging Joe to open up the internet for Cuba. Apparently, the dictatorship there has the internet blocked where the average Joe cannot use it. But he's saying the United States can override that and give them internet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just seems like
good
there's
luck
something
with that
more here.
because, they don't. This is what's been pointed out several times, that they're letting all these people in the border, out in like Arizona and Texas and different places like that. They're letting them just flow through because they know that that's a lot of voters for them
Correct.
Election time. But the people who are coming from Cuba love America. They want to come to America. They're thinking that a lot of those would turn out to be Republicans. Have you heard that? And so they're not wanting them to come.
Oh, I got you. Didn't realize that.
Yeah, they're not wanting to let them in. So it's a double standard for sure right there.
Golly.
And yeah. So I feel for these people in Cuba though, and in any country really. I feel for anybody who is going through a suppression type thing, and the government's trying to, be cruel and stuff too. I feel for people like that.
I've been holding on this for 4 years, and I finally get to say it. Jeb can't fix it.
Yeah.
Boy, was that a bad campaign or what? It really was. I'll never forget it. Jeff Bezos, the guy that owns Amazon, is getting ready to go in space. If you're into that and watch all of that stuff, he's next to go. Good luck to them. Doesn't interest me whatsoever.
Me either.
We were going to bring this up on Friday, and I brought this back up today. This news story. You get someone who's worked in a business for years upon years, 30, 40 years, and they're getting ready to retire. This gentleman just snapped. He was a janitor. He was 86 years old, and they come in and they tell him, and he'd worked with this gentleman for, I think, the last 20 years, and they tell him that he's being forced to retire. He cannot come back. And he snapped and killed his boss. 86 years old. He's now in jail.
Goodness.
He was alone and just he wanted to go somewhere every day and work.
Right.
And he flipped. The gentleman that he killed was 65 years old.
Awful.
Oklahoma is taking a step in the right direction. They have banned the critical race theory being taught in Oklahoma schools.
I think that's a good thing.
And they have threatened to revoke any teacher that tries to teach it without their approval, that they'll revoke their teaching license. Has Mississippi, Alabama done any of that?
I don't know. I wanted to try to find that out. I wanted to see what our governor, what his stance was on that.
Depending upon the day of the week of what he'll say.
Well, I'll just tell you right now, if they start that mess here, I'll be homeschooling my son.
It would be, I would say, very hard for Louisiana Alabama and Mississippi to get away with it. I don't, you can't say for sure, but you would say we would be one of the last few states to allow that, is what I would
I just can't believe that that's even being introduced at all or allowed. Oh, I can in the administration we have, because to me, I feel like it's pushed stuff like that from the get-go.
Right.
You know, so.
Rogers at Basham, because I can't see it real good. Basham, is that his name? He wants to know how many signatures does it take to get Chris reinstated, former police chief. I don't think.
You know, I don't even know. I don't even know if it's gonna.
I think it's more of an awareness thing.
Yeah.
It's
just letting them know how many people did support him and how many people were for him being the police chief. You know.
Right.
I don't know that it's gonna. I don't know that it will change the outcome, but hopefully, you know, that they're going to be aware that, you know, lots and lots and lots of people think it's a major mistake.
I mean, I've even seen signs in church parking lots saying they support Chris. He's a godly fellow.
Well, did you see the thing from the Clark County Hot Topic?
Yeah, they posted.
Oh, yeah. They were saying that, you know, lots of people from the surrounding counties, not just Clark County, their surrounding counties work in Meridian, and that they had called him for something at one point.
Yeah.
They needed something. They needed to ask him a question. Said that he answered on the second ring, and that he was more than, you know, he was just more than happy to, you know, help them with the situation. And that's just the way he is, you know.
Here's the picture from Clark County Hot Topics from that.
Yeah.
Let me hit that button there. And that's it there. And Chris has been great at that. I want to say the city of Marion also posted a similar picture there of that also. So I don't think there's a number on that list. I think it's just...
I think they just want to get as many people to sign it as they can, you know, because, you know, many people in support of him as they can, just to show the support.
Yeah,
know,
and show up at the meeting tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I believe it's at 5 o'clock. That's going to be taking place just to show support. Doesn't mean it'll change anything. We don't know. And hopefully we'll have Chris back this week filling in for you one day while you're out, playing hooky out in Texas somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Some other things that are going on around the country this morning. Let me see. Mel Gibson. And I don't have the story of the young lady. I'll start with the young lady. She's a internet YouTuber or something. Showed support. She spoke to Donald. Remember the wrestling match that he went to?
Yes, I do.
She leaned over at that match and spoke to him, and they are trying to destroy her career now and get her canceled.
So ridiculous.
It is. Mel Gibson, though.
So ridiculous.
I have to, you know, Mel Gibson, it kind of walks to his own beat. He got a lot of flack when he done the story of Jesus, if you remember that, the Passion of Christ. They picked on him about that. But he saluted the president. Trump was passing, and he saluted him like that. And so they are now giving him fits for doing that. I say thumbs up, Mel. Do what you want there.
Yeah.
You know, even if he'd wanted to salute Biden, more power to you. But because it's Trump, they're trying to eat him alive on all of that.
Well, I just think it's so ridiculous. People just go over the top. I mean, it just, you know, if you don't like Trump, fine. There's lots of people that do, though. Lots of people don't like you, probably. You know,
Megan
lots of people
Fox
don't like
is
me.
the name there. Denise Burnside put that of who
yeah.
they're. She wasn't a YouTuber. She was a movie star, but they are after her.
Well, the fact is that everybody has a right to their own opinion. They have rights to express, you know, whoever they want to support, you know, whether you like it or not. So obviously we're having to, you know, deal with a lot of stuff we don't like.
That's right.
So,
you know. So some thoughts on that there. We got some more stories coming up as we talk about, well, your plumbing. You got some in your house. Hopefully, if you don't, you really need to call this guy here, Galen. He'll help you out when it comes to taking care of anything when it comes to your home. If you have problems underneath your home, that's not a problem. They can tunnel under your home, fix it, and get the dirt back just like it was. They've never been there. If you've got a sewer line that is stopped up and you need the whole thing replaced to be on the safe side, they do that also. I've seen them just crack, even the PVC pipe. If you get that, a lot of the homes during the 80s, they use that real thin wall 3-inch pipe. That stuff cracks. It gets brittle. Nowadays, go back with that 4-inch pipe, that good grade, and it'll be there from now on. And Galen can do that for you. Whether you're replacing your water line too well underneath your home and having these leaks here, that's called a slab leak. They can handle that.
It will also lead to mold in your home,
yes.
too. That's right.
If you need something as simple as getting a shower head replaced or a faucet handle that won't come loose, they do that. And now they've introduced the home of the 90-day guarantee for $90. They'll warranty this for 90 days. They charge you no trip charge to come to your home. It's $90 flat, and they'll guarantee it for 90 days.
And that's great because, I mean, who doesn't charge you now to come out?
Right. It's always an extra hidden fee.
I think I paid $70 for somebody to come out and pull a baby sock out of my pipe one time in my washing machine. So yeah, this is a great thing.
It's a great deal. And of course, they can handle all of if you're needing any of this tile work done, they do showers, tubs. See them. That's Galen. He'll help you at Master Flow Plumbing. They handle everything from the Hattiesburg area to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. 228-870-0471 is the number to call.
Big trucks, they're loud, intimidating, and they'll run over anything in their way. I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. We won over $1 billion for the injured because we don't settle for less. Call me today and let me help you get the money you deserve. One call, that's all.
And welcome back. You may be upset over this next story.
What?
Nicolas Cage is not going to get to play Tiger King, Exotic Joe.
Why?
They've canceled, they've scrapped the movie. They say that the excitement around it is not where it was, but he'd been cast to play Exotic Joe. I don't know if I could play that part. I really don't think there's enough money in the world for.
Oh, really?
Nah, there's not. Wouldn't do it.
Couldn't do the mullet thing.
I couldn't do any of
bleached
it.
mullet.
His lifestyle, his way of thinking.
I wonder how it's going with his trying
Search.
to get a new husband. Goodness,
I wonder if I guess I need to Google this to see if they've gotten any responses, because 3 of y'all will get to go on a date with him in 20 years when he gets out. Now,
But you look forward to that.
I did see where a judge said that they may reduce the sentence by a little bit, that 22 years was kind of stout for what he done.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Goodness.
So let's see here what else is happening here. Over the weekend, this is the second time across America this has happened. A month ago, it was roughly a month ago, a hot air balloon got caught in power lines and it killed 5 people.
Yes.
In Vermont over the weekend, he was like the best pilot there, renowned in that state for being the best pilot there. It comes in, it touches the ground, the hot air balloon, and it flips over and it tilts. It throws 2 or 3 of them out. There was 4 of them in the basket. He gets tangled, his feet in the bottom, all the rope,
Yes.
and it shoots back up in the air and pulls him up, and he falls to his death from that.
Goodness.
So, you ever been in a hot air balloon?
No, and I love to watch them, but I don't want to be in one.
Oh yeah, when they fly over Oak Tibby and
I
here.
love to watch them. I mean, it's so pretty to see. When I was younger, I want to say it was Dr. Shannon that was a veterinarian.
Yeah.
He always, I think he flew a hot air balloon a lot of times. And there was several that would go as a group together and we would get to watch them all the time. I loved it. But I do not want to be in one, no.
And Natchez has like a big hot air balloon festival down there a year.
That would be neat to go see.
Let's see here. 2 deputies have lost their job, and I was trying to remember what city this was in. Glancing over it. But anyway, they had 2 cops that were porcupines. Now, how you get close enough to a porcupine, number one, but they beat a porcupine to death with their baton, and they have been fired over it.
That's an odd thing.
How'd you not get shot by them?
I mean, I don't know,
not
but
shot,
like, why
but
are you?
quilled.
I mean, yeah, 11 porcupines. I mean, were they surrounding them or something? I'd probably go to beating too if I was surrounded.
But seriously,
11 porcupines.
think about that. How do you not get, those quills?
Quilled.
You've seen poor dogs that go to the vet from
Oh
this.
gosh, yeah, I have. I've seen dogs like on TV. When they have these shows.
Yeah.
They'll just be like covered in them. It's awful. Can you imagine that though? The pain, even after they pull those things out. I mean, I can get pricked like with a piece, like a thorn on a rose.
Yeah, you go to holler.
And it'd be the sorest thing on your finger.
I didn't even know that they were commissioning a new ship, but you remember the gentleman that passed away last year, John Lewis? They have commissioned a new ship, and it's called the USS John Lewis. Pelosi was there for the launching of that. So that happened over the weekend also. We want to say thank y'all for coming by and spending a little bit of time with us, whether it was online or you visited with us this morning on MeTV here. We want to say thank you so much.
Yes, we do. We appreciate all of you and love for you to spend your morning with us every day and love your comments. So just keep them coming, and we hope y'all have a safe day we can't stress enough. Be super safe today.
And wear your rubber boots because you're going to need them
I
today.
got mine on.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by